All right, we're in the house. Black Power. We back in the house, keeping that energy moving. You feel me? Just come out of the last video is college education worth your time as a black person in America. If you didn't see it, go back and see it because it's very, powerful in explaining, the conditions of our people, as far as education and nationalism and in the future of this nation. Our peoples is not being counted in the benefits of this nation. And so we got to rethink every fucking thing in this day and time. Let me get y'all up on my monitor. We in the house. We in the house. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Uh-oh. Django in the house. I got you, baby. I seen that. I'm gonna get right back with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get right back with y'all. You and brother Patah. So y'all just stay. Soon as that happen, you already know. Don't even have to explain. We in the house. Come on in. Come on in, family. I'm gonna get these family to get in here. So you know what I'm saying. King Oz in the house. He came on in. Come on in. 5 simultaneous wars of the black community. Come on in. We somehow we want to just focus on our people. Somehow we just want to focus on our people. Don't nobody else see no more wars. How silly of you. How silly are you? You know what I'm saying? How silly of you. Come on in. I'm gonna get a certain amount of people, and I started the YouTube's channels off with a lot of history. Now I'm moving into the politics. I'm gonna go back into the history, but with so much shit going on, y'all need to be able to come on the generals pages and hit about 20, 30, videos dealing with some nationalism on a level that you can make some changes, because you can make some changes today. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, these changes got to be made with self. And a lot of people are always talking about why you ain't made no change. You know what I'm saying? Start with self. You know goddamn well you ain't done nothing. Just, you know what I'm saying? Maintain you. Maintain your energy. There's other family out there that's doing this work. We've been in this shit 400 years. You ain't gonna up and get motherfuckers. But those of us who got the ability, that's where it starts. You know what I'm saying? So start with self. You know what I'm saying? I come here and give family a blueprint where they could take this shit back to their house. Fuck all the dumps. Take it home and start. Ground zero is your household. Start there. You understand? Implement in the household, the African household is the atom of the nation. As we talk about, that's the atom, that's the nucleus. You know what I'm saying? Of the nation. So you start there. You know what I'm saying? Many of us, just like we talk about reparation, but we haven't taken over these damn businesses in our community. We're not preparing ourselves for the bigger bundle that might come through. Once you got, you warming up and you winning battles and you know what it takes to get where you're going. You know what I'm saying? So before we could discuss nation, we got to discuss healthy black households, healthy black families. And we haven't even gotten to that, and so when we know that we understand what it takes to have a healthy black family, then we know what it takes to have a healthy nation. Because you just multiplying that energy. You know what I'm saying? You do it in regions and cities, and you got so many people, and you need administration. So it's about getting administration and certain numbers and cording off certain numbers and putting them under administration at that point. You know what I'm saying? You having states, you having counties. You know what I'm saying? Where there's so many people, you can't have and then you got federal administration, you got state administration, you got county administration, and you got city administration. And even within the city, you might be, in districts and shit, this, that, and the third, making sure everybody, certain amount of people get, a voice, and you make sure that these people are taken care of and administered to. You know what I'm saying? So we got to have administration, but you got the administration of your household. The king and the queen, you the administration. So you start there, and once you know how to administer a household, then we got the right kind of minds that can come to a greater conversation and talk about nation. But if motherfuckers is in dysfunctional household and in dysfunctional families, and everybody family is not dysfunctional. I'm not saying that at all. We got to quit saying all of that. You understand what I'm saying? But we could be doing far greater, as far as uplifting black families and black households than what we are doing. We should be doing far greater than what we're doing. I'm gonna speak more positive than I'm gonna speak negative. It's doing some good things, but it's a lot of more good things that we should be doing to turn this around. You know what I'm saying? And so, again, we talking about 5 simultaneous wars. And I'm saying this because these is active wars. And once I lay this shit out for motherfuckers to act like, just because a nigga do something, you know what I'm saying, that all of a sudden, I can't work. And then you got all these motherfuckers, jumping you and shit, and, systematically attacking you across the board, and have way more finance to attack you, way more system and structure to attack you. And motherfuckers, see, when a nigga do something, that give you an excuse to fuck with a white person. That's really what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna be upfront, for the fuck with a Mexican or fuck with an Arab. That just give you, well, look what niggas doing and shit. This, that, and the third. Yet and still, I can show you open warfare on our people by all these groups, and you act like you don't see that, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because you on the good nigga initiative. That's what you on. And so we're gonna expose all these Negroes on the good nigga initiative. Now, number one, I put 5 simultaneous, but I'm gonna focus on primarily the 3, because the other 2 is the Caucasian and ourselves, and I primarily been going over that. You know what I'm saying? But you see what the Mexicans is doing to our people today. You understand what I'm saying? Number one, we was number 2 in this nation. Matter of fact, we was number 1 at one time. It was more black people in this nation than it was the oppressor. You understand what I'm saying? Which caused him to have mass immigration from Europe. You understand? Bringing in a whole lot of, Europeans from the East of East Europe and shit. This, that, and the third and shit, and flooding them in here to kind of get a majority white population. So at one time we were number 1, then we fell to number 2, and now today we are falling to number 3. And what we have to understand, that our agenda, which we really don't have no agenda, we had one, but every time we get one, when we have great minds, we allow these great minds to be assaulted and assassinated and shit. And then we do all type of documentaries, and we do libation to African kings and queens and prophets and leaders that we did not protect. I really, sometimes even when we doing libation, sometimes I get up, my libation is my walk. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we so into ceremony, and it just fucked me up and shit, where a lot of times we just become the church and shit. In reality, having a lot of ceremonies and shit, and I don't want to hear no more goddamn songs and shit about our leader. I want to hear some revolutionary kings and queens protect these leaders with their life until the work is done. These kings and queens can't even do the damn work because they being assassinated, and and as soon as they assassinate, the motherfucker making all type of shirts and shit. Ben, and that was another thing that I was talking about, monetizing Nipsey Hussle's death. A lot of motherfuckers out there putting his face all on shirts and shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't won't give a dollar to his organization, won't do none of that. You understand what I'm saying? You hustling another man's identity. And that's weak shit. You know what I'm saying? That's weak shit. That's big shit, you know, to do something like that. But that's what we'll do. But we'll never back the energy of change and positive movement, you know, to help turn the community around. So, you know, what the Mexicans is doing today is putting population distance between blacks and Mexicans, where they done already went to number two. And with this agenda, they flooding in more and more and more. So we seeing that the projection, you know, in the near future that they're going to have right now, they got about 10 million. It's projected that they have 10 million more Mexicans in the United States than it is blacks. Okay. I never let another motherfucker count my pockets, but that's plausible because you got Mexico right up on, and we see many of them cities down there is, you know, it's a large population of Mexicans, all out west, all down south, and they coming and coming and coming and coming and coming and coming and coming. And they not letting that kind of number of blacks come to America. And even if they do, many of them motherfuckers is on the, you know, they mind is whiter than damn Wonder Bread. You know what I'm saying? So they don't count as far as the movement of blacks in America. And I love, you know, my family in Africa, and I know there's many revolutionary blacks in Africa, but it's some of them motherfuckers that we could just do without. You know what I'm saying? I could say that, and just like here, it's no different than here. You know, and it's some of these motherfuckers over here that we could just do without. So I'm not I'm not confused about that reality. So they trying to put a population distance in between blacks and Mexicans where they have a far larger number. You see what I'm saying? And we got to be real about it. They hostile. They hostile to our people. Okay, they are hostile to our people. And we, you know, a lot of y'all out here are talking this black and brown, you know, relationship that don't exist. You understand what I'm saying? How dare you speak about this when there's open warfare on black women, black children by Mexicans and shit? This shit is recorded, this document, blacks in their community at all. And they will, you know, they will resort to violence to run you up out of their community. And a lot of them historically was black communities that have been taken over. You understand? They haven't been in here that large, as large as they are today. This has been over like a 15-year period. You understand where they done pushed all of these, you know, these Mexicans in here. So they coming in here with an agenda. And you see, you think that just because a motherfucker smile, yeah, a motherfucker gonna smile because they trying to get you to lower your goddamn guard. But they have an objective. They see this nation as once being their nation. So they don't have no aspirations of sharing this shit with you. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know where you get this shit from. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, you got decoy Negroes out there. And decoy Negroes will put out a false, you know, plan or false identity or false relationship or reality to take you in another direction. You understand what I'm saying? I know many motherfuckers out there on the West Coast to let you know, nigga, ain't no love. Ain't no motherfucking love. You know what I'm saying? Them goddamn senseis ain't got no love for no niggas out there. You know what I'm saying? And I don't understand why they still out there banging black on black when they know that the greater cause is for them to come together and deal with the bigger goddamn enemy. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the population distance. You know what I'm saying? And when they do that, you understand, when they become the greater the number, then they causes become the greater cause. You think your agenda ain't been dealt with? Nah, when they get in here, they gonna get to shouting about their reparation. That just think about it. You know, that this land was taken from them, that they the Indian. You understand what I'm saying? They ancestors had land here that was taken. Don't you think they gonna shout that? You don't think they gonna play that card at some point in time. You know what I'm saying? You don't believe that? So they have an agenda of their own that does not include you. And so they trying to become a strong number two. And they got 10 million on us now. You understand what I'm saying? Even though blacks are more technically advanced. You know what I'm saying? We got more to offer than they got to offer. You understand what I'm saying? But numbers mean a whole lot. Numbers mean a whole lot, especially when you're beefing. You understand what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. Imagine them motherfuckers becoming police. You think they gonna show you some love any more than the damn white boy? Let's be serious about it. So again, you letting these numbers getting larger and larger and larger and larger. You're not addressing that. You're not fortifying your nation and fortifying your community to embrace this type of an attack that's bound to come. If we was doing that, it would be nothing that they could do. We could repel anybody, but because we got open borders and niggas want to be a friend to any motherfucker that's gonna throw them a burrito or a goddamn cookie, you understand what I'm saying? They open up and let a motherfucker come in their own community and pimp their community and sit back and benefit while this motherfucker laugh at your monkey ass. This is what we reducing ourselves to. So when they become a stronger number two with 20 million, they causes gonna become the main causes. You understand what I'm saying? Their causes gonna be, they're gonna have more, with a stronger volume and and greater numbers, their voice gonna become a louder voice. Black people won't stand up for shit. You know what I'm saying? The Mexicans, they'll stand up. They'll go down there and march on their own people down, in Mexico. So they, if some shit go down, like they addressing the situation where they bum rush the goddamn the border. So they will come together for their agenda. You understand what I'm saying? And make these motherfuckers address their agenda. We won't do that. So, they see where we lacking at, and with the greater number coming in, they're gonna have a louder voice. And they're going, when they scream they causes, then you feel me? Then the government is gonna address their cause, and your cause won't even get heard. And if you got a lesser number and a lesser representation, which representation don't mean shit, because even though we got 40 million, it might be 2-3 blacks in the goddamn government, but them motherfuckers ain't nothing. Okay? That one motherfucker who was a civil rights, man, they don't respect that motherfucker. That motherfucker been up there talking shit forever. You understand then? You know what I'm saying? So they don't have no agenda for you, benefiting from, what they got set in motion. You know what I'm saying? And that's to get a greater portion of this nation back within their grasp. And if you look out west, they done that. And another thing, how they, and this a negative for you, and many whites have benefited from this, is that they'll work for slave wages. You see what I'm saying? They'll come over this bitch and work for slave fucking wages. And so where they would have to pay a qualified black to work their job, they let one of these motherfuckers over here that ain't got no goddamn papers, you know what I'm saying? No citizenship or nothing, and work their ass for $2-3 an hour, and let them sleep in a goddamn, out back in a goddamn tent or something. You understand what I'm saying? They'll give them some place to sleep, you know what I'm saying, to clean their house, even watch their goddamn children. That's what that whole ass motherfucker Arnold Schwarzenegger did. But that he just, and Donald Trump was doing the same thing. They came out on his ass. So this is what they do to get out of paying black people. They'll bring them over here with no citizenship and allow them to work the goddamn jobs for slave labor. That is that's destroying us. We're not looking, and they know exactly what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? They know exactly, and if they can flood, millions and millions, them 2s and 3s add up. You understand what I'm saying? And after they get in here so long and they become an intricate part where white people can no longer do without them, they gonna fight for the wages to go up. You understand what I'm saying? And they gonna have a better organization to push that than we do, because we won't get together. So that's just like, that's a fifth column. That's a fifth column in this nation that's growing and growing and growing. And we ain't started to do nothing as far as fortifying our own community. That's going to be devastating. That's devastating. You can already see the devastation in that. That's already devastating. You know what I'm saying? Believe that. So, you talking about a war, nigga, and you worried about some simple-minded nigga. Yes, we must deal with that. And I said we must deal with that. But that's an easy fight once we get our head together. That's an easy fight, man. It's like I said, most of the niggas in America is neutralized niggas. They just don't want to make no move. They don't have no nationalistic agenda. They don't have no community uplift. These niggas like statues. They just standing there with no objective, no energy. Go work for the beast, bring your ass home, get high, go to sleep, wake up, start the shit all over again. We got to get up out of that. You know what I'm saying? And so, they showing up in cities, these Mexicans showing up in cities that historically been black communities, upsetting the balance. They getting certain areas of a city that they ass wasn't even in. And then and when they get in there, and that's what I told them motherfuckers in Detroit, and they still don't, even though it's an all black city, I'm telling you what they doing. What they'll do, white people see all them abandoned buildings, all they have to do is buy that building. They could use that address. Do you understand me? They buy that, and it be buildings that look like they motherfucking empty. But long as they got them windows secure, you don't know what's in there. They could be inside of there. You don't even know they going in and out of the damn building. They'll leave that motherfucker like it's almost abandoned. They'll be inside of that building. So what they're doing is they buying these houses, they buying these buildings, and they using them as an address. And when it come time to vote, you're going to say, damn, you're going to think that it's 75% black, this, that, and the third, and you ain't going to see that they done undercover move the demographics to where there's more whites in the city than what you think, because you do not see them. They there. You see what I'm saying? They there. So this is what these peoples is doing. They doing a covert attack. Radar, you seeing they are, these Mexicans, they slick. They'll send a few in, and then you look up in 10 years and 20 years, it's a bigger population than you ever thought was in there. And when they go to vote, they can affect the goddamn vote. You understand? And then they got a more economic blueprint to open up stores in their own community. And you will end up going over there to their grocery stores and to their stores to get shit. And then they're going to start pulling on your economic, because you ain't got enough sense to goddamn, secure your economic for your own uplift and ride. Okay? So, so when they get in there and they flood into these black communities to upset the balance, what's going to happen is the beefs. The young niggas, when it comes to that street money, young niggas ain't just going to let them, that's one level that they ain't going to just let them take it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how a nigga going to have to eat. You know what I'm saying? So, they're going to start that gang shit wherever they at. So what's going to happen is you're going to create another dynamic. You're going to create another dynamic to overshadow already dilemmas in the black community. You understand what I'm saying? You didn't add it on top of it. You know what I'm saying? You was already dealing with the white and black war that was going, the economic disparity, the educational disparity. You go to Detroit, schools is leaking and shit. So now on top of all of that, and that's not even being handled. You go Flint, you got motherfucking water is just, the poison and shit. And so on top of that, not even being handled, here comes some more dilemmas and more dilemmas and more dilemmas, and the ones that need to be dealt with not even been dealt with, and here come more and more dilemmas because we don't have no defense on the black community. So, for me, I must state without hesitation, that Mexicans are black people's enemy. They trying to take our place. They trying to take our spot. Okay, so that's one of the wars that must be fought. And it must be started today. I don't give a fuck whether they like it or not. Fuck you. You ain't my people. You understand what I'm saying? I speak for the benefit of my people. So I don't give a fuck if you like it or not. You ain't got to watch me. Go watch Hernandez. Get the fuck off my shit and go watch Hernandez. You see what I'm saying? Nah. Outside of the Mexicans, let's deal with the Arabs. You understand what I'm saying? Another war that must be fought simultaneous. You know what I'm saying? And they in deeper than the Mexicans. It's economically, they got a way deeper stronghold, and the Arab probably got the greatest stronghold on the community than even white people. The white people probably own the houses, or you probably paying your rent. But when it comes to I'm talking about Detroit. You know what I'm saying? I know a whole lot of other communities where the Arab is in there. Detroit got the largest Arab community in the United States outside of the Middle East. And I'm gonna tell you, them motherfuckers own everything. I swear on my fucking life. When I sat back, like I say, I sit down and I write down my thoughts and shit and to show you what they own, nigga, they own Detroit. They own every fucking thing in it. And it's a goddamn shame because, I love my city and I speak because you got so much power, yet and still you done gave it all away. And motherfuckers don't give away power. When you got them goddamn kind of numbers, when you 80, you over 82, 83% of the fucking population, it's no excuse. It's no excuse. It's no excuse. You got that many goddamn, silly niggas that's gonna allow or even vote a white boy in. That shit worse than South Africa. When you go to South Africa, you got a damn near a 90% population ruled by a minority 10%. You know what I'm saying? And so here you motherfucker, where they in South Africa trying to get that minority 10% off their back, you go and vote the motherfucker in. I say, what kind of shit is this? If these niggas ain't got kundalini, chronic crackatosis, great of all time, don't like it, move the fuck on. You see what I'm saying? Niggas know how I move. I tells the truth. Go look in the mirror and say, goddamn, that nigga sure did tell the truth. It hurt like a motherfucker, but he told the truth. And I'm gonna deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Even when you see me as a young brother, when I went down there to the council trying to fight for our family to get vendoring out on the street, went straight to the heart of the matter. You know what I'm saying? Them people was in there. They was politicians and everything. You know what they said? You right, Seti. You right. They come motherfuckers couldn't say. You can hear them in the back. That was the goddamn council because they knew exactly what the fuck I was saying was the truth. And the reality is, man, our peoples is just politically been bleached. They don't have no concept of community uplift and have all the power. You know what I'm saying? Have all the power. So what the Arabs have done, and let me say this, because when we look at these people coming in here, when I'm gonna deal with the Mexicans, I'm gonna deal with the Arabs, and I'm gonna deal with the Asians, all three of them. Listen, they didn't just one day while they was in China and Japan say, you know what? I'm gonna go open a store in goddamn Detroit. I'm gonna go open a store in New Jersey, or I'm gonna go open a store in Los Angeles. They was invited over here. You understand what I'm saying? And let me tell you, them motherfuckers come over here, they get loans to open up these businesses, and they get taxes from 5 to 7, however many years it might vary between each individual or group. You understand what I'm saying? So you understand they've been invited to do exactly. So this is a worldwide global agenda. You understand what I'm saying? They knew exactly to come over here. They look at us as slaves. They look at us as a way to profit and build up their economies why they rate and not give a goddamn dollar back to our community. We wonder why our communities look the way they look. No housing, vacant, abandoned buildings, this, that, and the third, and no jobs in the community because you done gave all your motherfucking money to them Arabs, them Asians, and them goddamn Mexicans. Okay? I don't care how you like it. I don't care how you cut it. You know what I'm saying? You could call me a racist all you want. I'll be that if it means the uplifting my people. I'll be any motherfucking thing. It's going to be the uplifting my long as it's natural. You understand? I ain't going to do no unnatural shit, but as long as it's a natural way of being, I'm going to be that. You know what I'm saying? So a racist is not outside of my motherfucking resume. You know what I'm saying? If that mean my people going to be on top, I'll be the biggest motherfucking racist you ever seen. Okay? And I can't, we understand the definition of racism, which is prejudice, but with plus power. You know what I'm saying? And we can have that. And so in essence, we can have some black racism if we enact our power over our community. It don't have to be a negative. It could be a positive. You could be a racist, meaning you for your race. And so if I'm a black racist, that means I'm for my race first and foremost. Okay, and so I'll be that. Okay, so what these Arabs is doing is they are turning black communities into miniature colonized African nations. When you go to Africa and see how they done colonize Africa, they take that blueprint and bring it to America in all the same way. They done colonize Egypt, they done colonize Sudan, they done colonize Libya, they done colonize Algeria, Morocco, all the nations where you see Arab populations, and they done taken a black man's nation and taken a black man's land and taking the resources off of that land and parlayed it for the benefit of their wealth and all the luxury that they live in today. They doing the same thing with the black community. Number one, when you go into Detroit, and I know I speak for my city first and foremost because I know it's different demographics in different cities, but I'm quite sure that the Arab ain't just in Detroit, in many, many other cities too. And I know they doing the same goddamn thing. Number one, we got a lot of what you call Coney Islands, which is restaurants and shit. You know what them diners and shit. 24. That's all the nigga eat in Detroit. Let me go to the Coney Island. Nigga, when a motherfucker come out the motherfucking club, let me go to the Coney Island. All that goddamn whatever the fuck they cooking back there. You understand what I'm chili and shit? God, it ain't that much chili in the world. What the fuck is that shit? You know what I'm saying? Your motherfuckers don't even know. You know what I'm saying? So they own a restaurant, what we call the mom and pop restaurant. Motherfucker can't, when you got Coney Islands on every block, you know what I'm saying? That's another thing that they own in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? You don't see hardly no black diners or restaurants. Though there are some, goddamn it, they cannot compete, number for number with the Coney Islands. And not just the Coney Islands, them Arabs is over there opening up what you call fish and fry. You know what I'm saying? They got a way, and I'm not getting, listen, if you allow the motherfucker to do it, it's not the fact. I'm just letting you know that there's an open warfare. Now, what they're doing is being allowed. So I'm not taking all of the responsibility off of, putting all the responsibility on the air. Use a low-life motherfucker. You want to be a parasite to the black community, but we do not have to let you do it. So though I cut it up the middle and I say, this is what they doing. They parasites, this and that and the third. This is what they doing. They doing no different than what they doing in Africa, but we do not have to let them do it. So after a while, I fought all the oppressors for what they're doing because they have it in their agenda to treat us that way. What I fought our people for is continuing to let these motherfuckers operate on us like that and be bitches and shit and not rise up and look them in their eye. I can't respect that no more. You know what I'm saying? I can't respect that no more. I'd rather fight with the prospect of death before I continue to go down this month generation after generation. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Yes, the fuck I would. Yes, I would. I would rather fight with the prospect of victory or death before I allow this shit, and you can see it's about to get worse. Yes, the fuck out. If you's a bitch ass, and many niggas out there, bitch ass nigga, we don't need to hear from you. Go and be a bitch ass nigga. Beat it. Go be a bitch ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? We don't need you over here. So we see right there, Coney Islands, fish and fry. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you know where you could go in and feel me out. You ain't supposed to be able to you ain't supposed to be able to use state, where you get like, food stamps or whatever. You ain't supposed to be able to buy hot food. Now I'm not mad. See, this is where they think they giving you something. So you ain't supposed to. What they'll do, you buy the fish and they'll fry. They say they fried for free. The motherfucking government know what they doing. They know what they doing. They know how to get around that. So they getting all the money. They ain't letting a dollar come. You got your card? We're running. Okay? And to the family, they need to eat. You understand what I'm saying? I don't love to you. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to get the greater positioning for you. I'm not, but that's what they do. They'll motherfucking fry your shit, let you buy that shit, and they'll fry it for free. You know what I'm saying? It's to get all the dollar. Make sure you don't let a dollar leave out of the community. You see what I'm saying? So that's how, they take, and then if you don't go to the Coney Island or the fish and fry, you understand what I'm saying? They got the liquor stuff. Now I remember when these motherfuckers started putting fucking grills in the liquor stuff. So they were selling pizza and greasy. I say, goddamn, an Arab didn't even know what a pizza was till he brought his ass to it. Didn't even know what a chicken. Ain't no chickens running around in no damn desert. You know what I'm saying? And I seen a man, listen, one motherfucker up there on one of these streets took the nigga Kool-Aid. And this nigga had a hell of a goddamn, recipe for Kool-Aid. These motherfuckers was coming all over the country just because of the nigga Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? You seen the nigga in there making that Kool-Aid as soon as they got the formula for that nigga Kool-Aid. You ain't even see the nigga no more. They got it just like they did Aunt Jemima. You see her on the syrup, and Uncle Ben on the goddamn rice. They wait till you get in there and get the formula, and then that's all you gonna see. That nigga is on the box, but you ain't gonna see Uncle Ben get no dollars or nothing. You know what I'm saying? They're just to fool you. You understand what I'm saying? That they just show you. They know how to steal. You know what I'm saying? So, on top of the Coney Islands, on top of the fish and fry, you know what I'm saying? You got the liquor store, and you see, of course, that's where we're gonna get all our poison. And I ain't mad. Them motherfuckers are selling not just the goddamn, the liquor. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what nobody's saying. I'm not gonna listen. I don't respect my own brother pimping the community. But motherfucker, I don't give a fuck, nigga. You are not gonna let no motherfucker, just cause you connected with this motherfucker, set up on the block and pimp my people. They even selling all the paraphernalia for niggas to do whatever they doing in the street right there at the gas station and the goddamn liquor store. Okay? Okay? Okay, nigga? You think you gonna let the Arab sit on the corner and pimp the black woman? Let the white boy sit on the corner, pimp the black woman and child. Sell them all type of dope and shit right there in the goddamn liquor store, right there in the goddamn gas station. You see, what kind of hoe ass nigga is you? If you go in his goddamn, you don't even see his woman. You know what I'm saying? You don't even see the Arab woman. You won't see her. And if you say or anything to her, your ass will liably be dead, found in a goddamn canister somewhere in the alley. That's real talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real today. You see what I'm saying? So when you go in these liquor stores and they selling pizza, they selling chicken, they selling liquor, they selling blunts, everything you need. And so that's just like the one stop. The liquor store is like the one stop. And then, of course, once you got all of that, then you go to the Coney Islands, this, that, and the third, the fish and fry. You understand? And the gas station is, right there, more set. I guess the gas station is the more or less the one stop, but you can't get your liquor at the gas station. So, they own the Coney Islands, the fish and fry, the gas station, the liquor store, selling you piece of chicken, all that greasy garbage, killing you, giving you poison in the food, poison in the, liquor, poison ass blunt, all the shit that you need to poison your people on another level. You know what I'm saying? They even sell it. I put the shit up on my Instagram months, maybe a year back when they started selling that lean, that old, commercialized lean, in the damn gas station. I took a picture of it and put it on when I first seen it. I say, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I say, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? And the little niggas was starting to drink that shit. I see the little niggas walking around in the hood, got little, always got a pop in there. I said, what the fuck, nigga? Y'all ain't never seen so many niggas sipping in, and you niggas looking like zombies while you sipping. You know what I'm saying? Selling all the poison to our people, and they know if they was back at home and they even brung, they would hang their ass. I know if you go into Muslim nations, nigga, if you got caught with any of that shit, they will beat the skin off of your back. So you will go do to our people what you know goddamn well you can't do back at home. No respect to the niggas that allowed this shit to happen. That just show, you got the lowest of the low out there, and that comes with not having no economy, no nationalistic objective, but nevertheless, I'm going to still think of a positive, uplifting way to, make my money before I go that low. You know what I'm saying? I done been in the streets. And like I said, that time in the street was, I told myself I'm not ever coming back here. You know what I'm saying? And I did that as a young man. And I wasn't no career or nothing. It was just enough for me to see what that shit was and enough for me to know that this is no life for me. You know what I'm saying? And I chose enough. I'm a stress-free nigga. I can't be around all that stress and shit and motherfuckers waiting on the police and waiting on these ignorant ass niggas to kill you. And you looking at the, niggas all, deformed in the face because they high off of every guy. I don't want to see that. That ain't a life I can live. Some niggas can live that life, but I can't live that life. You know what I'm saying? And so we got too many motherfuckers that's on that level that'll justify that level. And though I wanna, not judge a motherfucker for, because a nigga got to eat. But when you killing my goddamn people, your ass shall be judged. When you got you got a mind to, take a greater cause, and you could put your mind together, nigga. And if you could build a business in the street, nigga, you could build a business anywhere. Nigga, you ain't taking the time, nigga, to really think about something positive that you can put your energy in. And so at that point, nigga, I don't have no mercy on you. Because at this point in time, our people can't take no more attacks on these levels. Okay, your day is up, nigga. And so at this point in time, that percent, we got to bring some economics to this community so this next generation don't have to look that way. You understand? To see a life for themselves. You see what I'm saying? That's an objective that's going to be separate from this nation's objective that want to lock them up, throw away the key, put babies in an electric chair, put pregnant women in the prison system and shit, this, that, and the third. They don't give a fuck about our people. So we got to have an agenda totally separate from their agenda. Okay. And again, like I say, and another thing, the mom and pop clothing stores that they own, and the shit in there, the Asians but the Arabs got a lot of the mom and pop clothing stores in the community. Niggas go up there and get their clothes, this, that, and the third. And then damn well they didn't, so the Asian is hooking up with the Arab, on that. Just, and so you can go get your shoes and this, that, and the third. And I'm gonna get on the Asian, primarily in this last episode, dealing with the Mexican, dealing with the Arab, raping the community. Do you see all of this economics? Do you see all this economics that they taking? Oh, I didn't even get on the fact that, the mobile phone store, the Arabs own all of that. When you go to Boost Mobile, you go to, the other one, what's the Metro, if they still in effect, and all the other ones. If you go in the hood to any a cell phone store, I guarantee you the Arab running. So this is shit. And you know what? If I was young and I was black, I would be totally ready to lynch. And we be asking why these young brothers and sisters out here is wilding on the elders now. You understand what I'm saying? Because look at all this business that, you know, our baby's supposed to have that. Our baby's supposed to have, they babies riding around in Benzes and shit, this, that, and the third. All the money that they making, they babies riding around in Benzes, living in mansions, living the good life. And I can show you the Arab alone, 10 mom and pop community businesses that they dominate, that blacks supposed to dominate. You understand what I'm, because it's they goddamn community. And if you think of all the Coney Islands, if one, you know, each one, because I know, I'm guaranteeing I can count no less than probably 200 Coney Islands in Detroit. No less. Including the fifth. Think about the gas station. How many gas stations you think is in Detroit? Hundreds. You see what I'm saying? Hundreds. Hundreds of Coney Islands. Then the clothing stores. You know, the community clothing store. I'm quite sure that that would go into the hundreds, you know, into the hundreds. The liquor stores, into the hundreds. You know what I'm saying? The mobile phone store, into the hundreds. You understand what I'm saying? So within all of that demographic right there, you got thousands of businesses. And I'm just saying, just, you know, give one family one. You know what I'm saying? You know, where they can hire, five and six other people to come in. You know what I'm saying? That would be thousands and thousands and thousands of jobs right there. That shit is in your power. You don't have to go to Congress and ask for no reparations or nothing. That's self-reparation. But the mind, see, that's what I'm saying. If you do not repair spiritually and mentally, repair. Fuck, you know, the economics don't mean shit. You's an empty vessel. Nigga, you just an empty vessel with a hole in it. And soon as you pour something in the top, that shit gonna leak out the bottom. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we at with that. You know what I'm saying? And on top of all of that, like I said, it was an agenda, because that era was in the desert. That motherfucker didn't know nothing. Somebody set him up to have this, told him all that he could do. You know what I'm saying? The white boy said, you know, I want the bigger money. You know what I'm saying? You set me up with this oil and this shit over here, and then your family, we'll send them over here and they can have these businesses. You see what I'm saying? Tax free, loans to come over here and set the shit up. You know what I'm saying? That's the real talk. You know, it was one hand washing the other. You know what I'm saying? And so, lastly, I wanted to go to the Asians. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you, they killing us on the beauty supplies. You know what I'm saying? And I was just looking, at the demographics of the beauty supplies. You know what I'm stores. You know what I'm saying? And blacks, regardless, even in the Sallies, in the white, black people spend damn near more than white people when it comes to beauty products, man. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, because we are beautiful people. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing, that's speaking to our spirituality when you talk about the beauty stores. You know what I'm saying? Because you could go back, tens of thousands of years. We have always pushed, looking good, because the other people was savages. They didn't have nothing to do with trying to look good. You can even go to Egypt where, we had all type of products, makeup, how the women had the finest and the brothers had the finest linen on their backs. And, the sisters was already had all type of color makeups and finest products. You know what I'm saying? The brothers and sisters was already rocking all type of earrings, jewels, and all of this. So we always been the forefront of what we call the fashion industry and the beauty industry. You see what I'm saying? That speaks to our spirit. You know what I'm saying? So for them to have that much power over us, mean they dictate whether we feel good about ourselves or not. That's spiritual. You know what I'm saying? You got to go and give all your money, and you gonna do that. And you gonna do, and you supposed to do that. They're just like the music. And so the white boy got more control over the music. You understand what I'm saying? But they let the Arab in that. You know what I'm saying? They start letting the Arab in that. So even when we go back to the Arab, then you start seeing motherfuckers like DJ Khaled. You see what I'm saying? You start seeing a motherfucker like French Montana, and he coming in talking reckless. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody dislocated his jawbone for talking reckless and shit about black peoples and shit. This, that, and so they can come into our shit and just like the community. And once they get in, they want to be black and then start disrespecting the black community. And we allow this shit. And then it be motherfuckers, niggas in the industry that justify ride with them, give them all kind of props, give them a way out and shit, this, that, and the third. This is where we at. We don't have no unity, as far as uplifting the goddamn community. And I guess you can't have a community if you don't commune. So the Asian got control over the beauty supplies. Okay, let me tell you where else the Asians got control. Them damn gym shoes. Okay, them goddamn gym shoes. They the motherfuckers that manufacturing all them gym shoes. Them goddamn cell phones. A lot of you niggas on them cell phones. So the Arab might be, selling. He might own the goddamn, the mobile phone business in your community. But when it comes to them goddamn video games, you understand what I'm saying? Niggas get high, play video games, buy gym shoes, cell phones and shit. That's what we do. You understand what I'm saying? Why, the beauty supply shit, we can most definitely, we can cut that, even the gym shoes. But that's gonna take, some backers. You know what I'm saying? I see family out there that's trying to do some, but even in that sense, I already know. And I try not to, but you can't exchange one oppressor for another. So the Asian out there making we got some African center shoes out there, and I got much love for you, but the motherfucking Asian making that shit. You understand what I'm saying? So don't tell me you don't understand what the Chinese is trying to do to Africa, this, that, and the third. So just because you switch oppressors don't mean shit to me. You know what I'm saying? You canola oil, nigga, vegetable oil. Nigga, we still getting fried in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? It ain't coming, the benefit might be coming to you, but you are still a benefit and putting money into the oppressor's hand. So they affecting us on the beauty supply. And they got Chinese, and they don't have as many Chinese restaurants as they got Coney Islands. They still have benefited greatly in the black community from a Chinese restaurants, eating at Chinese restaurants. The beauty supplies most definitely is that, and then doing the nails. You know what I'm saying? Doing the nails and shit, this, that, and the third. Must say that. You know what I'm saying? Because we gonna look good. That's just how it is. Not look good. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look good, that shit just change your mind state. Even, the possibilities grow. So we still gonna look good. But we cannot continue to go to a person and put this bag in their hands and the community, and we looking good, but the community looking like hell on earth. You understand what I'm saying? So it got to come a point that our communities look just as good as we look. If our community's not looking as good as we look, we doing something wrong. You understand what I'm saying? As we look good, our community should look. Our babies should be looking good. The Arab babies and the Asian babies should not be riding around in Benzes and goddamn Yukons and Escalades and all this shit. And our babies is out here begging for a couple dollars to get a damn bus car to get back and forth to school. Shame on our people. I don't give a fuck whether you like it or not, because we are slated to have zero wealth, which means that's going to fall on the babies. That you don't give a fuck because your old dusty ass might be dead in a few days, few years. You don't count. But to them babies that got 50 and 60 and 70 years to live in oppression, that shit means a lot to them. And I see why they don't give a fuck, because niggas have not addressed an oncoming onslaught on our people, leaving the brunt of the for, what's coming on the babies. And they going mad because they like, well, goddamn, who do I have in my corner? I don't have nobody in my corner. Don't even want to spit in wisdom, so I can maneuver, and make a move. Use energy to make a move. You won't even get a damn baby some wisdom. So you rather lie to them just because you are a bitch ass nigga. You're on a good nigga incentive. You know what I'm saying? Be a good nigga. You don't want to step out the line, the line of looking out for master, this, that, and the third, and you would allow these people to come in here and pimp our community in front of our eyes and think we don't see. It's no different than, the motherfucker that work for the oppressor on the damn plantation. And when the master say whooping, you go out there and whoop our own brothers and sisters. The same element is still here today. So like I say, history is best qualified to reward all research. The same spirit's still here today. The same fight is still here today. That's the reality. But, just showing, and they're on top of our own people, which is, and I've already done that in preceding video, so you got the Arab, the Mexican, and the Asian, plus the Caucasian, then you got this self-cannibalizing Negro in our community. That's another war that we got to fight. And so, wait a minute, let me make sure everything. Let me make sure. Let me make sure everything. I got to up my internet. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. I got to up my internet. This shit is ridiculous. They be trying to assassinate a nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get the message out. You see what I'm saying? So, family, you know what I'm saying? Let me get back on, because I'm bringing this to the end point. You know what I'm saying? Don't be on the good nigga initiative and not accept the fact that there are simultaneous wars going on in the Black community that must be fought simultaneously. Don't use something that a cannibalistic nigga that done something in the community, and you blow that shit up, so you think we can't see the war that give you an excuse to go work with the oppressor. I'm not gonna let you do that. I must tell the truth. These wars are going on, and they are far greater than some shit. And even though what we're doing to ourselves is crippling, the shit that they doing put us in the predicament to be crippled. You see what I'm saying? And yet we continue to perpetuate crippling ourselves even further. But we've been crippled. And the fact that we continue to stay in this predicament is what's causing us to create more and more of this element. The element wasn't with us. I can prove and show where we was way more revolutionary, but being terrorized into a predicament of not being able to progress and really benefit from our energy, we have, we went backwards. You know what I'm saying? We went backwards. And the only way we could deal with this, the predicament we in, is to deal with the original initiative that caused us to be in this predicament. If you deal with that, then you won't even be producing these type of niggas, because the community will fall back into its natural spiritual origin. Okay? It's the reason why, because we continue to stay. So we can't keep pointing the finger without out, stepping up and dealing with the reality. Okay, yes, he's responsible. Yes, he's responsible. Yes, he's terrorizing us. Put all the cards on the table and bring this shit to a head. Or else you're gonna, you're gonna slowly disintegrate, and they're gonna eradicate our people above. That's gonna be the end result. Okay? So it's more than 5 wars, but these are probably the 5 biggest wars. And then what's happening is I'll come back and show you the levels and different levels that we fighting on. Wars, as we fighting with these individuals. I showed you a few, but it's all type of psychological warfare that's going on that we got to deal with. I want y'all to wake up out there today. I want y'all to take this message, and if you don't agree with me, that's okay. Still love you. And I'm going to still be General Seti, whether the fuck you like it or not. So if you come on this YouTube page, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get that fire Seti, that up front, that raw motherfucking truth. You're going to get that. So don't come over here crying. Don't come over here with no weak heart. Don't come over here without your armor on, because you just might take a hit. And when you take that hit, and if it hits you in a spiritual place or a mental place, what I want you to do, I want you to bite your motherfucking teeth, accept the hit. Boom. Oh shit, this nigga hit me. But you know what? I'm a man up. I'm a woman up on this truth, and I'm gonna come back, a stronger African, ready to go to this battlefield and win this battle. All right, family. I'm up out of here. I'll be back real soon. I'll be black real soon, probably tomorrow. Furthering this blueprint for global African supremacy, y'all. I'm gonna put this in a playlist, and it's gonna be a yearly thing. You know what I'm saying? And work with me as we go back. I'm gonna hit this shit from all angles. Work with me, stay with me, and I guarantee you, by the end of this year, you ain't got to look at no motherfucker for no saviors or nothing. I don't want to hear no more slick talking. You gonna be all the fuck you need. God damn it, get up off of your motherfucking ass and quit empowering these motherfuckers out here. Nigga, you gonna be all the fuck you need. You understand what I'm saying? Along with the family that's moving in the direction you moving in, we got to get out of all this savior prone, messiah prone shit. Nigga, all you fucking need, get your spirit, get your mind together, get spiritual, cultural, nationalistic reparations, and then everything else gonna fall in place. All right, this is the General Sarasu Seti saying, hey, let me look at my chat before I get up out of here. That's right. If you love it, like it. Hit that like button. You understand what I'm saying? Hit notification. I know General Sarasu Seti is a hell of a motherfucking motivation. Hit subscribe so you can know, goddammit, when Seti lit and live. Get your ass in the place every motherfucking time, because you're going to miss something that you ought not miss. All right, family, this is the General Sarasu Seti saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge, bang on that wicked ass beast daily, liberation through African education and confrontation. Black Pop.